Well, the Diamond is a ship, me lads, to the Davy Strait we're bound. The quay is all garnished with lovely lasses round.
Captain Thompson gives the order to sail the ocean wide, where the sun it never sets, me lads, no darkness fills the sky.
And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, goes a-fishing for the whale.
Along the quay at Peterhead, the lassies stand around, their shawls all wrapped around them, and the salt is running down.
Well done to it, me bonny lass, that you've been left behind. A rose will grow on Greenland's ice before we change our mind. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, goes a-fishing for the whale.
Here's a health to the Resolution, likewise Eliza Swan. Here's a health to the Rattler of Montrose and the Diamond Ship of Fame.
We'll wear our jackets of the white, our trousers of the blue. When we return to Hatteras, we'll hurry home to you. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, goes a-fishing for the whale. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, goes a-fishing for the whale. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, goes a-fishing for the whale.
And welcome to the Museum of the Albemarle. We are J.R. Shanty Co. I'm Julianne. This is Richard, and we come from the ports of Pittsburgh and Kill Devil Hills. And we're so pleased to be with you today. Today we usually sing sea shanties, songs of the sea, and historical ballads that we have written about the places that we sing. And we sing all up and down the Outer Banks at various historic sites, and we look for opportunities to share the stories of the Outer Banks with other people. So today, most of our program is historical ballads. We've got a couple of sea shanties at the end, though. So we hope, and this one we just sang was as well. We look forward to sharing these with you and hope you enjoy the program. Our first historical ballad we're going to sing for you today talks about the great rescue of the Merlot out of the Chickamaucomico life-saving station in Rodanthe. Most or all of the people who were on the crew of the Chickamaucomico life-saving station were either born into the midget family or were married into the midget family. And these brave heroes were able to save a huge number of people who were thrown into the sea whenever the Merlot was torpedoed by a U-boat.
Until a U-boat took its toll, a German
Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote Hamilton, there really was a Theodosia. Theodosia Burr Alston was the daughter of the infamous Aaron Burr. She married the governor of South Carolina, and her dad, who was in the terrible duel with Alexander Hamilton, had been exiled out of the country. Well, he sneaked back in and was in New York, and she wanted to go see him. So her husband, the governor of South Carolina, put her on a ship and sent her up to New York on her way. She never got there. There are a lot of stories about what might have happened to Theodosia on her way. The important thing to remember is that she was carrying a portrait of herself to give to her dad. A portrait was found on the beach in Nag's Head, and it now lives in the Yale Museum. But that portrait, about 5 years ago, was on display on a traveling tour right here at the Museum of the Albemarle. We'd already written the song, we couldn't wait to see the portrait. And today there's a reproduction of the Theodosia Burr Alston portrait called the Nag's Head portrait up here in the museum. So I hope you have a chance to stop and see it. This is the story of Theodosia as told by Judge Charles Wedby, who was a writer, a prolific writer of the Legends of the Outer Banks. And when they get their gift shop going again, you can bet his book will be in there. It was New Year's Eve in 1813 when the Patriot came ashore. Theodosia was carrying her portrait for her father in the north. The legend endures how the land pirates lured her ship with their lanterns aflame. Theodosia heard the sound of the mast breaking down, and she called out her father's dear name. When the pirates came aboard from their longboats ashore, they would spare not a soul of the crew. And when over the side they threw her handmaid into the tide, Theodosia's mind was lost too. When the wreckers realized right, they took pity on her plight, and they carried her safely to the shore. Now she walked the shoreline, hoping endlessly to find the memory of who she'd been before. Many years had gone, and yet she lingered on wherever good folk would let her stay. And when Dr. Poole called, he saw her portrait on the wall, and that portrait was offered him as pay. But Lady Theo would not let that portrait go, and she dashed with it into the misty night. The portrait was found on the shore north of town, but Theodosia was gone at morning light. If you walk down in Exit Town between Christmas and New Year's Eve, the old bankers, they declare that you'll see a lady fair as she carries her portrait by the sea. Still she wanders the night, hoping finally she might deliver her gift to New York. But she's never more to find, her memory or her mind, that she lost off the Carolina shore.
Hi ho, and when it will blow, we'll set our course forward for adventure we'll go. Hi ho, with the sun in the sky, aboard our great vessel, for the waves we will fly.
We'll haul up the anchor and steady she goes as we sail on a reach for a warm sandy shore, with the wind in the rigging to sing us a song and to give us good courage. We won't be alone.
Hi ho, and the wind it will blow, we'll set our course forward for adventure we'll go. Hi ho, with the sun in the sky, aboard our great vessel, for the waves we will fly.
With Caroline's banks off our bow and our stead, we'll set our course westward to reach your Nanny's Head, then down to the banks of the warm Pamlico and the heroes of Chicken and Pamlico.
Hi ho, and the wind it will blow, we'll set our course forward for adventure we'll go. Hi ho, with the sun in the sky, aboard our great vessel, for the waves we will fly.
We'll raise up the glass to the right brother still, who conquered the heavens and killed Devil Hill, to Sir Walter Raleigh, who first found our land, and the brave souls who settled on Roanoke Island.
Hi ho, and the wind it will blow, we'll set our course forward for adventure we'll go. Hi ho, with the sun in the sky, aboard our great vessel, for the waves we will fly. Hi ho, when the wind it will blow, we'll set our course forward for adventure we'll go. Hi ho, with the sun in the sky, aboard our great vessel, for the waves we will fly.
Thank you so much. Another incredibly brave life-saving station was the Pea Island Lifesavers. They were brave for different reasons than the Chickamauga Life-Saving Station. Of course, they saved many ships from disaster, swimming into the water at night to save the E.S. Newman. But the reason this was a unique life-saving station is that the whole life-saving station were African American, because no white people were willing to work with Captain Richard Etheridge. This is the story of Captain Etheridge and the Pea Island life-saving crew.
Freedmen, surfmen, heroes. Freedmen, surfmen, heroes.
Come listen to this story, every word of it is true, of Keeper Richard Etheridge,
love being on the Outer Banks and in the area around the Outer Banks. There's so much to do, so much good food. But there's one thing I love to do more than anything else, and that's this next song. That's what this next song is about. When the wind gets blowing about 10 knots and the water starts to dance, let's stop the mast and raise the sail, 'cause darling, this is our chance to go sailing south. There's no one around, just some gulls in the sky and fish that jump to watch us sail by. Our bow is headed to a ballast point, next head is far astern. We waited so long to own this boat, and darling, it's finally our turn to go sailing south. There's no one around, just some gulls in the sky and fish that jump to watch us sail by. Let's Elvis reach up to Collington, or maybe down Pamlico Way. Our mainsail is set, the jib is full. Let's stay on the water all day and go sailing south. There's no one around, just some gulls in the sky and fish that jump to watch us sail by. Hear them sing as they pass us by. You know the Albemarle sound keeps calling me to tell Pennsylvania goodbye and live sailing south. There's no one around, just some gulls in the sky and fish that jump to watch us sail by. We've all heard about Blackbeard, the pirate, and unfortunately for him, maybe fortunately for us that like to do history and like to sing songs about it, he met his demise right off the coast of Ocracoke, right below Hatteras. This is a song about Blackbeard. No one knew where he was from. Was he a soldier or a privateer? They only knew when the ship came in sight. They pray it's not Blackbeard. Pray it's not Blackbeard. Some claim his name was Edward Teach, for a gentleman fine and true. He was betrayed by friends in a deal, and to the sea withdrew. To the sea withdrew. But there he proved a leader, strong and brave, and gathered him a mighty crew, declaring war on merchant ships and all that he once knew, on the life that he once knew. It said, if he came alongside your ship and you did not resist, he'd load all your cargo and run to his boat, but he'd spare you his fist. You'd live to see the morning mist. One November night, 1718, while hosting friends and his crew, he was unaware there were ships in the Sound bringing justice due. They were sworn to bring the justice due. Battle commenced the very next morn, and when the smoke had cleared, soldiers and pirates lay dead on the deck, including Blackbeard, including Blackbeard. Off Springer's Point in Ocracoke, some old bankers say with dread that they've seen Cheech's light in the dark of the night. He's searching for his head, still searching for his head. 300 years have come and gone since Blackbeard sailed the sea, and for 300 years his legend lives on, his deeds of piracy, his life of piracy.
When we were on our way in today, we passed not one, but two historical markers about Betsy Dowdy's ride. Do you know who Betsy Dowdy was?
Yes.
She lived in the Currituck Banks, and she was, during the Revolutionary War time, she swam the Currituck Sound, went 50 miles through the swamp to get to General Skinner and warn him that the Redcoats were coming, that Lord Dunmore was coming at Great Bridge, so that he could get there. History tells us that somebody did tip off General Skinner. We still don't know if it's a legend or the truth, but boy, oh boy, if anybody has facts, I really want to know about it, because that would change things dramatically for us, I think. So we really, I've known about the Betsy Dowdy story since I was a little girl reading the books of Nell Wise Wechter, who was a school teacher in Buxton in the mid-20th century. So here is, based on Nell Wise Wechter's retelling of the legend of Betsy Dowdy, this is Betsy Dowdy's Ride. Gotta get through, swim the Sound, gotta get through, wade the swamp, gotta get through to General Skinner. The redcoats are coming and the tide's gonna turn. Those Tory turncoats burned our land, sided with the enemy. Figured we'd give up our losses, but they didn't count on me. Gotta get through, swim the Sound, gotta get through, wade the swamp, gotta get through to General Skinner. The redcoats are coming and the tide's gonna turn. Alligators, snakes, and danger lurking in the swamp at night. 50 miles on the post road, get to help before daylight. Gotta get through, swim the Sound, gotta get through, wade the swamp, gotta get through to General through, swim the sound. Gotta get through, wade the swamp. Gotta get through to General Skinner. The redcoats are coming and the tide's gonna turn. The redcoats are coming and the tide's gonna turn. The redcoats are coming, but the tide's gotta turn. Well, we've got a premiere for you today. This is the first time we've sung this song in public. A couple of years ago, I had an opportunity to hear Professor William Dunstan speak on this very series about the mystery and the murder of Nell Cropsey in the winter of 1901. For those of you who are from Elizabeth City, you know the Nell Cropsey house, and you probably know the Nell Cropsey legend too. If you go across the bridge, right across the water over here, and keep on going, you can see that the house where her family lived is still there, and it's still sort of scary looking when I go by it. And you can find the graves of the people in this legend in the cemeteries here. The one we're going to talk about today is Jim Wilcox's grave. For those of you who don't know the story, Nell Cropsey disappeared in the fall of 1901 from her front porch. She walked out on the porch with her boyfriend, Jim Wilcox, and she was never seen again. Jim said he left her right there, and he was accused of her murder because a month later she was found in the river. Her body was found in the river. However, Professor William Dunstan, whose book, again, will be in the gift shop when they open again, and I really recommend it. There's 2 that he's written about this situation. And Professor Dunstan has done a lot of research, has family from Elizabeth City, and has a completely different take on what the events really were. So this song is based on Dr. Dunstan's historical research. And it is a song about Jim Wilcox, the person who was accused, but very possibly, probably, was not Nell's murderer. Along the grassy, narrow path, one grave lies marked in stone, a reminder of a haunted man who died in shame alone, accused of hate and murder, acquitted but unknown. Jim Wilcox died by his own hand, his life was not his own. Alone, yet known, a friend to all. Alone, he grieved for Nellie's fall. Alone, his life was stolen away. His destiny was torn from him that cold December day. The story of Nell Cropsey is one we all know well. Her body found floating in Pasquotank's dark swell. Disappeared a month before, no one seemed to tell. No one could share the evil that had come to murder Nell. Alone, yet known, a friend to all. Alone, he grieved for Nellie's fall. Alone, his life was stolen away. His destiny was torn from him that cold December day. Jim Wilcox was the first to be accused of the deed, for he had been her boyfriend and with her had been seen. The court of public gossip called to hang him from a tree. After 19 years in prison, a judge would set him free. Alone, yet known, a friend to all. Alone, he grieved for Nellie's fall. Alone, his life was stolen away. His destiny was torn from him that cold December day.
went forth to confess, to know the truth. And yet Jim claimed his innocence as the devil stole his youth. And one day there'll be justice for the young man who was lost, and justice for the ones who murdered Nell and made Jim pay the cost. Alone, yet known a friend to all. Alone, he grieved for Nellie's fall. Alone, his life was stolen away. His destiny was stolen from him that cold December day. His destiny was stolen from him that cold December day.
I don't know if there was any really good thing that came out of the pandemic, but as retired music teachers, and people have been music teachers all our life, we were kind of glad for it, sort of, in that all that free time that kids had when they should have been in school or should have been on their screen attending school. Many times they invested their time watching Facebook or TikTok or things like that. And somehow through all of that, sea shanties became a thing again for kids to sing and kids to research and well, that might be too strong of a word, to research, but they would sing them. And we weren't, we were retired and totally unaware of that until several years ago, two years ago. A friend of ours, a dear friend of ours, was terminally ill and had hospice. And he and his wife used to come to when we would perform. He was an avid lifelong sailor. And they just couldn't get out anymore. So what we decided to do, with their permission, is we did a concert on their front porch in their front yard. And they invited people from their church. And we were just doing our thing like we're doing for you right now. But when we started this particular sea shanty, we were shocked because all these kids in the audience started to sing right along. And we thought, where did that come from? And I guess it was coming out of the pandemic.
And you can sing with us too.
Yeah. There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy T. The winds blew hard, the bow dipped down below, mid bully boys blow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we take our leave and go.
We had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her the right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow.
Before the boat had hit the water, the whale still came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
No line was cut, no whale was freed, but the captain's mind was not of greed, 'cause he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow.
For 40 days, and even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. Boats were lost, but only 4, and still that whale did go. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
I know that fight's still on, the line's not cut, and the whale's not gone.
The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain brew and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and take our leave and go.
It's been an absolute joy to be with you today. We'd love to come to the Museum of the Albemarle. We're regular visitors, and we hope that you are too. We thank you to this Museum of the Albemarle. We thank you to our sound man, Steve Hauser, the greatest song, singer, performer, solo artist on the Outer Banks. We really are so happy he's run our sound for us today, and that's made it possible for you to hear us. So that's great. Thank you, Steve. Also, we do have CDs, but nobody seems to have a CD player anymore, so it won't be too long. Give us a month or two and you'll be able to stream our music, and we've got some new things coming too. You've heard some of our new work today. So keep an eye out on your streaming sources. Eventually, at some point, we'll be out there. So we thank you for that, and we thank you all very much for coming today. We're going to finish with another sea shanty. This is not an old one. This is about a year old, and it's about Portsmouth Island, the little island off of Ocracoke. You know, Portsmouth Island used to have a village there. They haven't been there for about 100 years, but they had a small cottage industry there where they would go out in season on longboats to capture and bring in right whales. Right whale is a type of a whale. And they would bring them in to tongue and tie. They would tongue them, cut off the blubber, and then dry the blubber, and that would make it into oil. So this is a song about a fellow named Sammy who was on a crew going out for the right whale.
Sammy, Sammy, oh, way to Portsmouth Island. Sammy, Sammy, oh, hauling in the whale. Sammy's oars are 6'20", way to Portsmouth Island. He's rowing hard and swearing plenty, hauling in the whale. Sammy, Sammy, oh, way to Portsmouth Island. Sammy, Sammy, oh, hauling in the whale.
Catch that whale and haul it in,
Way to Portsmouth Island.
spend me money on whiskey and gin,
Hauling in the whale. Sammy, Sammy, oh, way to Portsmouth Island. Sammy, oh, hauling in the whale. Tongue that blubber and try it in, way to Portsmouth Island. Sammy, come tongue, just stinking, hauling in the whale. Sammy, oh, way to Portsmouth Island. Sammy, oh, hauling in the whale.
right whale over the starboard side,
Way to Portsmouth Island.
I'll jump right on and take a ride,
Hauling in the whale. Sammy, oh, way to Portsmouth Island. Sammy, oh, hauling in the whale. Sammy, oh, way to Portsmouth Island. Sammy, oh, hauling in the whale.
Noah told us that we should do question and answer, and we've never done that before. So does anybody have any questions for us today? We're retired teachers. We can field questions. Yeah. Anybody questions for us? For those who are wondering, it's cello, and cellos aren't usually played that way. But I saw a fellow play it one time, and I never looked back. I saved my pennies so I could get this kind of cello. It's a little bit skinnier than some cellos, and works real well on a guitar strap. That's all I have, guitar strap, cello.
Where
Yes.
are y'all teaching?
Oh, where did we teach? Well, Richard taught in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, his whole career, 37 years. And I taught in Indiana, Pennsylvania for 30 years. And then we
In public school.
with public schools, and a little bit of university, a little bit, I taught a little bit of
Yeah.
university. And then We live in Southwest Pennsylvania. I'm a classical singer. I'm a singer. I have a doctorate in voice. So you'll sometimes see me do classical recitals, which are different than this kind of style of music, but hopefully are as clear and you're able to understand the stories. So that's what we do. Yeah.
Beautiful voice.
And we love to come here. We love to come to the Outer Banks. I've been coming since I was 7 years old. Richard came when he was a kid. And
I say my father had some business up in Norfolk, and he brought me down here for a day. And as I was 12, which would have been 1964, I think. And my goodness, what a change in all that time. I can remember it's a 2-lane road everywhere. So.
Any other questions? Thank you so much, everybody. What a joy. We appreciate your time today. I wish you all the very best. Hope to see you again before I